Hello there, my name's Joannah Metcalfe and I've been a natural health therapist for 25 years and working with Base Formula for some time now, and I really like the fact that using their products and ingredients from the kitchen, you can make all sorts of wonderful products for yourself that are cheaper, easier and safer to use, and you can individually orientate them around your own skin type. So today we're going to concentrate on making face masks. And remember that you can also make sure that you include essential oils that match your mood. So if you're feeling a little down or in need of a bit of emotional harmonising, you can use the essential oils that are most balancing. If you're very stressed, you can use those. And essential oils such as neroli, for instance, are very rejuvenating on the skin, also deeply stress relieving. So starting to do this, you can save yourself money and time. You can become much more comfortable with the fact that you're using all natural ingredients, and you can orientate them around your own needs, so it's a win-win in every direction. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to use a skin mask that's particularly good for combination skin, particularly skin that tends to break out into spots. Obviously that's partly related to diet. It can be, dehydration and that sort of thing as well, maybe drinking or eating things that don't agree with you. But to give this wonderful sort of purification mask will really help. So what we've got is a combination of ingredients. We're using pinhead oatmeal, which we grind down a little bit to remove the lumps. We're using a half of an organic lemon, where we're using the rind and the juice. We're using essential oils of tea tree, lavender and cypress, so slightly astringent toning effect. We're using some Base Formula French fine green clay, and we're using some live plain organic yogurt. The reason we're using the yogurt is because the lactic acid has an antibacterial action on the skin. Okay, so the combination of this ingredient makes a super face mask, which I'm sure you'll really enjoy and benefit from. Okay, so the first thing we do is we take a couple of tablespoons of pinhead oatmeal. What I will say with this combination is if at the end, because obviously the size of your lemon will vary, so what I suggest you do is if at the end your face mask consistency is a bit gloopy, it needs to be a bit smoother and a little bit more sort of liquidy, then just add another teaspoon of the plain yogurt, and that will bring it into the consistency. You want a nice light consistency that sticks to the skin easily, basically. Okay, so I'm taking the rind off this lemon because I want the effect of the lemon essence in the rind, which is where the essential oil comes from in the lemon, as well as the astringent effect of the juice itself. There we go. So knock that in and then just scrape what's still inside into your mix. Okay, lovely hands-on stuff this. Don't be afraid to get yourself right in there and get your hands dirty. It's all natural ingredients at the end of the day. And you want to get as much of everything out as possible. Waste not, want not. So then that lemon can go into the compost heap. Okay, so then we've got 1 heaped teaspoon of yogurt, but as I say, we may well come back and have a little bit more of that depending on how it all combines. So let's just show you where we're at there. So it's coming together nicely, and then we're going to add our fine green French clay. I've probably said those words the wrong way around, but you get my gist. This stuff here. Okay, wonderful base for face masks, absolutely fine as anything. So it's a gentle exfoliant, but it also helps your ingredients to hold together and bind together. So basically what we're going to use is 1 tablespoon or so. Okay, you can see how fine it is as I'm using it there. Just don't sneeze whilst you're doing this bit because it'll go everywhere. There we are. Okay, so we're just going to combine that together now, and then we're going to add our essential oils. So you can see by that consistency it just needs a little bit more yogurt, and remember the yogurt has that wonderful lactic acid in it. Okay, and of course all those lovely probiotics as well. So we're just going to add 1 more just to get it a little softer and a little bit more liquid than that. There we go, that's better. And again, it's not an exact science. You know the consistency you want, and the yoghurt is a very neutral ingredient, so it's not a problem if you need to, if you decide to add a little bit more than that, as long as you're not intolerant of dairy produce, of course. There we go. So now we're going to add our essential oils, and what we're going to do is 2 drops of tea tree and cypress and 4 drops of lavender. Okay, so tea tree for its cleansing effect. There we go. Again, you can take your time with this and make sure that you get exactly the right number of drops. There we go. And the cypress is a tonifying, astringent effect. Obviously the tea tree is that very cleansing oil. And the lavender, well, lavender is first aid in a bottle. It does so many different things, but it's quite wonderful for the skin. Okay, so look at that. Absolutely ready to go. And it'll have a gently exfoliating action on your skin, helping to remove those dead skin cells which sometimes cause spots by combining with the grease in the skin to block the pores. So you could use this face mask once a week if you have dry or combination skin. If your skin's very dry, you could also add a teaspoon of coconut or jojoba oil just to increase the nourishment in there. Okay, so there we have it. Enjoy your face mask. Okay, so now we're going to talk through how we're going to apply our wonderful face mask that we've made up here, remembering that there's 4 ingredients as well as the essential oils, all natural, and you know exactly what's in this, so it's not like buying something off the shelf. We've made it up specifically for Kaylee's combination dry skin, and you know what's in it. If it's good enough to eat, it's good enough to put in your skin, basically. So all you need to do is to make sure that your face is cleansed, you've taken all your makeup off. I usually wear, if I'm going to do something like this, either a dressing gown or an odd t-shirt, because it does tend to go everywhere. And then really, if you've got very, very sensitive skin with any face packs, I'd recommend just doing a little skin patch test on the inside of your arm where the skin is quite sensitive. Leave it on there for 10-15 minutes. If you're not getting any negative reactions at all, which I'm sure you won't with this one, then you can put it on your face. But just be mindful of the fact that everyone's skin is different. Alright, so we're just going to pop this on now. And as you can see, it smooths on very, very easily. And even as you're smoothing it on, it's having a gently exfoliating effect. It doesn't matter if a few bits and pieces fall off. And also you're making sure that you avoid the very fine skin around the eyes. Okay. And the wonderful thing about face masks is you can, when you're making them at home, especially with all the bases that you've got with base formula, you can actually make them specific to your needs or the needs of your friends and family, which makes them not only very safe but also completely holistic, because you're using the essential oils and the ingredients that are most relevant. Yogurt is really wonderful for using in face masks, plain, preferably organic, live yogurt. And one of the reasons for that is that the lactic acid has an antibacterial effect. So if you're talking about skin that's prone to spots, it's going to help neutralise the bacteria that cause the spots, as well as removing the dead skin cells that might clog the pores up. And it's just really nice and relaxing to give yourself a little bit of a pamper every now and then. And this will make you stop. When you use these masks, you actually just stop, you take 5 and you pamper yourself. Quite often I'll put them on just before I get in the bath, and then it's nice and easy to wash them off just before I get out. Some masks you want to leave on, particularly the egg white based masks, you want to leave them on until they're hardening, because that has the tightening effect. And others, like this one, you don't need to do that because it would take a very long time to harden off anyway, at which point you would have really had enough of walking around looking like a jolly green giant. So with this one we're just going to leave it on 10 to 15 minutes, and then as always, using some muslin or a flannel, you're just going to take the main elements of the mask off, and then you're going to wash the face with warm water to get the rest of it off, and then splash it with cold water because that really brings all the blood up to the surface of the skin. All right, I think we're looking absolutely wonderful now, ready to go. So we will wait for 10-15 minutes and then we'll remove it, and the skin will look and feel absolutely wonderful afterwards. So thank you very much for watching our channel here and all of our wonderful recipes. If you like us, if you've tried our recipes, if you want to give us some of your own, please come back to us and subscribe to our channel. Myself and my colleagues do fairly regular features, and we like to think that they're pretty second to none, and we'd welcome your comments and your recipes in return. Thank you very much for watching.